what's up, everybody? This is Chris and Jim. We're here to talk about Hateful Eight. Got its first trailer today.
That's right. Yeah, our first look at Quentin Tarantino's 8th movie, his second Western, too.
Second Western in a row as
This
well.
is filmed in Colorado in glorious 70 millimeter.
Love that.
And at Comic-Con, Tarantino kind of gave everybody a little lesson on 70 millimeter and why it was important. Now let's just scroll back here. Note 3 bodies, one of them in his long johns, and we're gonna be able to kind of track the chronology of this story as it goes on.
Yeah. So obviously this is a world of bad guys, bounty hunters.
Sam Jackson back.
Yeah,
Tarantino.
he's a bounty hunter. Obviously,
he plays Major Marquis Warren.
Got some corpses on the saddle here.
Now, here we get our first look, and notice the black eye and sort of the dried blood on Jennifer Jason Leigh's face there. We're going to be able to see kind of how that happens as the movie plays along. We got kind of a roll call of characters. That's it's explained to us that Kurt Russell plays John Ruth, the hangman. Now, if we go back here, notice there are no bodies on the top of the
Zero bodies. So that means that this is probably prior to Sam Jackson, who's in this stagecoach now.
Right.
It's prior to him, or it could be after as well.
Because she's already kind of scuffed up here. You can see the black eye, and we're going to see how that happens. They're shacked together. He's bringing her in to hang.
So yeah, you're finding out that most of these bounty hunters will kill and bring the bodies to collect their bounty, but not him. He wants them to hang.
John Ruth, the hangman. Now, this is James Parks, and he plays the stagecoach driver named O.B. Jackson.
Yeah, if you notice here, in the continuity-wise, you've got all kinds of stuff on the top here.
Including the bodies.
Yeah, and it's not empty like that other shot. And some snow has fallen on the bodies, too, so they've been traveling for a while.
And we're coming up here to Minnie's haberdashery, I believe.
Yeah, so this is kind of like the snowstorm forces these guys all inside here, and then some other rough characters show up.
Now, this is Bruce Dern as an old Confederate. He plays General Sanford Smithers. I have to wonder if he came up with that watching TV like Sanford and Son and The Simpsons were on. And then Tim Roth, as I love this character's name, Oswaldo Mowbray, a.k.a. the Little Man.
He also talks like his name is Oswaldo Mowbray.
I love this. This looks like, ever been to that restaurant, Bugaboo Creek? You ever hear of that? It's like a Canadian food restaurant.
Looks like a Cracker Barrel to me.
There's Michael Madsen, another Tarantino regular, and he plays Joe Gage, the cowpuncher. Now,
I love that, the cowpuncher.
Yeah, this guy is like Jonah Hex style, still. There's Walton Goggins.
And you guys will remember him, obviously, from Justified, but he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, he plays a sheriff named Chris Mannix. And now, and then there's Damien Bashir.
And he's, if you've seen The Bridge, he's the main character in The Bridge. And he's done a lot of stuff subsequently.
Yeah, Oscar-nominated actor. He plays Bob the Mexican. Now, we should point out that this movie almost didn't happen. Tarantino did cancel it after the script got leaked. And he sued Gawker and everything. He ended up putting all that aside. He retooled the script and made the movie. But he never did find out which one of his actors or their reps leaked it. So it is kind of interesting that the movie is about a whodunit when he himself never did quite figure out who leaked it. There's Damien Bashir again. We see him coming in. Is that Tim Roth all the way on the left?
Yeah, on the left over there.
Yeah, some desperados. And now, what I find interesting about this, Chris, is, at this point, he's explaining, like, one of these guys is not who they claim to be. They're all snowbound, and it reminds me of The Thing.
It's, shades of The Thing. It's once again Kurt Russell trying to find out who's the bad one among them.
Yeah.
He's always a contender, right? Michael Madsen is always like a potential guy who could have done you wrong.
Yeah, Michael Madsen, too, is one of the ones whose reps were, like, did they leak it and all that? The script. Now, this is important. Check out her injuries here.
Yep.
We're going to see
how the black eye, but I think the black eye happened prior to this. You'll see her getting dumped in a second.
Now let's go back here. They're giving Sam a gun here because you can tell by his gloves.
Yeah, that means they trust him, at least at this point. Now you see him with the guns here.
But it looks like who's he aiming at, or did he already take them out? Oh, here we go. He's getting the speech.
Yeah, he's talking about how he's not going to listen to any nonsense. He's just going to put bullets in
Now
people.
let's take a look, see here if we see. Yeah, see, there's no real, not that much snow on top and no bodies. So we're thinking perhaps this either they've gotten rid of the bodies at this point. Now notice here they flipped it. They flipped the frame because her black eye's on the wrong side now.
But this is post what you see her in the snow, so we're kind of thinking that that's on their way to Minnie's haberdashery where everybody is.
Right. And we also see it looks like the bodies are still on top there. And they have to get rid of Long John's here.
Well, look, also the horse is disconnected from the wagon at this point. So.
And is the stagecoach driver up there? Is that Kurt and Sam? I can't quite tell.
Sam because of the gloves, and I think it's the stagecoach driver actually, based on his outfit. So they're dumping bodies.
And here we go back. They still got the bodies there. And, of course, the bad storm is coming in. So we think, let's go back here, that it starts with, we didn't read the script leak. I really wanted to be able to enjoy the movie on its own merits here.
So coming out here, it's Daisy, and then she's dragging the hangman out. They're still
they're shackled together.
They're still handcuffed together. So this one goes by in like a split second, so you might not see it. But we're thinking this is where she gets that nose injury, where she's all bloody.
Yeah.
And then you see it all caked on later on when she's in this sequence, inside the haberdashery. So you think she got dumped in the snow, got back on the stagecoach while Sam Jackson was there, and then they all went to Minnie's, and that's what this is.
Is that Walt Goggins? Can't quite tell.
I think that's James Parks in that shot.
Okay. Let's move along here. Actually, I want to go back and check out, see if there's any details on his gun. I love all the old pocket watches and stuff.
Yeah, they got
everyone's going to have a pocket watch.
Great costumes, great props.
I do want to say, I love that he has to out-mustache his Wyatt Earp mustache from Tombstone.
That is one hell of a mustache. And, Kurt Russell has had many nice mustaches over the years.
And he's got another mustache just like this in another Western he has coming up called Bone Tomahawk.
Well, maybe he just didn't shave.
Let's see.
They're using
Hateful,
the numeral. Do you like that? Do you like?
I do. It's a little hashtaggy for me, but I like it. They did film in 70mm, and they have a score by Ennio Morricone, his first Western score in 40 years. Of course, he did the Dollars trilogy and Once Upon a Time in the West. And Tarantino has used some of his music before, but this is his first original Western score.
He's probably making all kinds of money off of Tarantino over these last few years. He's I almost score.
Hateful Eight opens Christmas Day, December 25th. Chris, any final thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, this looks like where they're arriving to Minnie's. This looks like the shot, and that is the shot where you put in the 70mm frame, because that just that vista.
Although I don't know, Chris, because look at the weather is all clear, so this might be a different group coming in.
Could be.
All right, guys. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for watching.